So what does that win do for you guys moving forward?
It's a momentum shift. Coming through the bye, everybody thought, down and out, South Carolina, how they going to respond. Y'all saw how we did against Florida. Obviously, everything was clicking. Coach Satterfield put us all in good position to make plays like he normally does, and we decided to execute this week. So, it's a big momentum shift. Hopefully, we can take it into Missouri. It's going to be cold, it's going to be windy, whatever, but that'll be a big time for us. So hopefully we can keep the momentum and just roll how we usually do. So.
And Nick, how much of what you guys did offensively with Jason and just the schematic stuff you guys did is replicable the rest of the way, and how confident are you in kind of the schemes and stuff that you're doing right now?
Well, I'm very confident. Like I said, he's putting us in good positions. He's going to put us in good positions on Saturday. And, Jason made plays with his feet and made plays with his arm. He had 2 scrambles, both to Josh for, I think, like 85 yards combined, a touchdown. So, those are plays that, you don't expect to make because maybe he wouldn't have saw it and it would have been a sack, or maybe he wouldn't have saw it and this would have happened. But he made those plays. He stepped in when he was needed to step in, and he's a guy who's going to control this offense from hopefully here on out if he stays healthy. And then, we'll just roll from there. And Zeb's going to be ready in case his name's called. So is Colton, Connor, Jake, all of them. But, it's going. I think we're just going to continue doing what we do. We saw a good piece of how we can do it that we ain't saw in a while, and we just got to build off of that. Like I said, it's a big momentum shift, and it's something we can build on.
Nick, you talk about keeping this momentum going. What are the keys this week as you get ready for Missouri to ensure that you can replicate what happened on Saturday?
Just got to establish the run. That's something we did against Florida. The run was obviously working. I think we had 280-something yards. And, if we can start the run, then they'll have to bring extra man. They'll have to play man. And we have guys on the outside, DK, Josh Van, EJ, all of them, that can beat one-on-one coverage. So, and then it's always good to throw an occasional tight end pass in there, so that was nice. But, no, I'm just kidding. No, that's all we got to do is establish the run, and when we establish the run, everything else opens up. Jason's got a great vision of the field, and he can make plays, so we'll just have to be ready when our time's called.
Nick, what insight can you share with us from a player's perspective in terms of mental fatigue and what those first 8 weeks of the year was kind of like from a mental and emotional standpoint for you guys, and then as a result of that, after you go out there and compete the way that you guys did against Florida, just kind of how that changes the whole mental aspect of it as well?
That's probably might not be the best question for me because mentally I'm always, win, lose, or draw. I'm going to do everything I can 100% to win, but at the end of the day I'm still going to be a happy man in this world. And but I know you're talking just football, just telling you about outside. Football, mentally, when you have a game like we did against Florida and you put all the pieces together, by not beating yourself. I think we had 1 penalty for 5 yards. You don't beat yourself. You don't turn the ball over. You get turnovers. I felt like, we took the life out of Florida when Sterling had that sack strip and Bari picked it up. And then we knew from then on out that this is our game. We got to keep it rolling. But, it's just don't beat yourself. Play smart mentally. The physicality is all there. We just got to, step with the right foot. That's the difference in a tackle for a loss and a 50-yard gain. But if all of 11 do what we're supposed to do, we'll be fine.
Anything about what Jason did on Saturday surprise you?
No. He's been ready since day one. In the summer, we'd always throw. I knew he had an arm that could, reach 65, 70 yards. When everybody saw it in the stands, they all went, ooh, before the ball was even caught because, they haven't saw it yet. But, we saw it during practice. He's been the third string for most of the year, and he's acted like he's been the first string. He's been prepared all year. He comes up here and meets with Sat extra time, even when he knew he wasn't going to play. It's just the kind of guy he is. He's, we don't try to bring in people who we don't think can play or, aren't capable of doing what the people that are already here are capable of doing. So, we brought him and EJ in. They're both playmakers, and we saw what Jason could do. But no, none of it surprised me.
Is there any concern that you have to temper enthusiasm and kind of remember how you got here, or do you want excitement and enthusiasm through the roof going through this thing?
From our fans through the roof. They haven't saw a game like that where they've been 100% proud to be, Gamecock Nation for a while. They packed it out, and we played for them, played for each other, and we just had a game where everything clicked. And when you do that, excitement's going to be everywhere. But you got to be level-headed. Just like coming off a loss, come off a win, you're going to be the same guy next week. It's preparing for Missouri, and it's time to get ready to go to Columbia, Missouri, and pull out a win there.
Nick, last week we heard some of the players talk about trust and being able to have trust in one another, trust in the coaching staff. I mean, you've talked about it this year, how you've gone through numerous coaching changes, whether it be at William and Mary, coming here from an offensive coordinator standpoint. How important is that from a trust standpoint, especially if you have a new coach come in and things aren't hitting, the way that you expected them right away, especially as someone that's gone through so many coaching changes?
Well, one thing I've always learned is, giving up, you're 100% guaranteed to lose. So there's no point in doing that. I mean, you only get a certain amount of time. I think I got 3 to 4 games left before I'm out of here. I mean, I'm 22 years old. I'm old as it gets playing football. I need to move on a little bit. But you just gotta trust what happens. If we're 0-8, we gotta prepare week 9 like we want to be 1-8, and if we're 8-0, we're gonna prepare week 9 like we want to be 9-0. It's just, every day has got to be the same. I got to be the same Nick Muse. Everybody's got to be the same. Coach Beamer, Coach Sat, all of them got to be the same because, if you're giving better effort on Tuesday than you are Thursday, then you're a fraud. So don't be a fraud, basically.
Nick, you joke about it, but the tight ends obviously got a little more involved, this past week. Just how do you feel like you guys have kind of complemented each other? I know you guys all kind of have different skill sets, but whether it's Travion, whether it's you, whether it's Jaheim, I guess just what's it been like to be a part of that room, and where do you feel like you guys can kind of fit into the offense going forward the next couple of weeks?
Well, I feel like me, Trey, and Jaheim can do both. We might get crapped on for blocking or catching or whatever it might be, but Trey can come in and block and he can run a route. Jaheim can come in and block, he can run a route. I can go in there and block and I can run a route. When you got 3, 4, or 5 guys who can do that, that's special. Most teams they have, okay, this guy's going to be your block guy, this guy's going to come in for routes, and that's it. You're going to use 2 tight ends, you're going to survive, and hopefully somebody else can make a play. But Trey on the basic makes a 18-yard catch. They got a couple plays in there for me to get the ball. Had him to get the ball, made a guy look foolish and scores, walks in the end zone. It's just, the athletic ability in our room is, I don't see many people that can touch it. So hopefully we can keep it going. And, when it's time to block, we'll block. And when it's time to run a route, we'll run a route. But just being prepared to do what your name's called, whether it's coming in to block, coming in to run a route, you're going to do what you got to do. And you're either going to get open or you're going to pancake your guy. That's what we expect.
You mentioned Trey. I know at least maybe on paper he's not a guy that maybe we would have circled as a guy to have as the impact he's had the last few weeks. Just how have you seen him kind of grow into that as well and, compete with y'all as well? Oh,
man, he's made me proud. Coming from – I don't think he was really the guy that wanted to, be fully focused on football 2 years ago. And, seeing the 180, the flip, things he's done this year, whether it's in practice or game, you're just like, wow. Like, I'm an old fifth-year guy, so I'm obviously going to get the nod when it comes to some things, like, certain plays. But, he came in there and he puts 4 or 5 guys on their back, and you're just like, damn, why ain't this guy playing 50 snaps every game? But, he came in, he did what he's supposed to do. That's who he is. He's going to do what he's supposed to do. And, he makes plays, and he's good in the run game, and he definitely helps me when need be. So.
You mentioned being old. Do you and Zeb kind of trade stories about being like arthritis in the knees or anything like that from an old person standpoint?
Oh, yeah. My right knee's throbbing right now. But, he's 22, 23, whatever the case may be. But, it's good that, we can share stories like that. But it also shows, like, just how much we've gone through. He's went through 3 schools, coaching changes, and he's, stepping up from GA to, Zeb, we need you to play. Okay, yes, sir. Next week he's playing, whatever. Been through 5 coaching staffs. You need me, I'm going to be there. But, it's just having him around, especially as a player now, you get to talk to him a little bit more, get to be around him a little bit more. He's the guy you always want to be around. He's always going to be prepared for when his name's called again. So.
And what have you seen from Missouri, obviously, over the course of the film that you've been able to watch, and how much will weather kind of maybe impact what you guys are able to do offensively down there?
Well, we got to bring our own juice because we don't know how many fans are going to be there, and we don't know what the weather's going to be like. So, we got to keep the same energy as if 86,000 are cheering for us here. But I don't think much going to change in run game, pass game. We just got to do what we got to do. They got 2 very good defensive ends, number 9, number 18. Number 18 I think is an All-American, so it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be something that I can hopefully put good on film and show people what I'm capable of, because I don't think I get a lot of respect, and it's time to prove something. So.
Nick, what would getting that 6th win and bowl eligibility mean to you personally as an older guy looking to experience it that?
It means we can win 7 and win 8 the next 2 weeks. But I'm not really looking forward to bowl eligibility. I'm looking forward to being 8-4 when we go to a bowl game. People didn't count on us this year. They had us at, I think, 3.5 wins, slap in the face. We've proved them wrong so far. We got to keep proving them wrong. We're not trying to get to 6-6 and make a bowl game. We're trying to get to 8-4, make a bowl game, win it, and be ranked next year. So, there's bigger goals than that. I know we ain't been to a bowl in 2 or 3 years, if not longer than that. But that's something that's going to be cool when we beat Missouri. But then we're going to have to focus on Auburn. So.
Nick, I know he's your brother, but I'm pretty sure if it was a photo of your brother Tanner wearing a Gamecock jersey this past weekend. And what do you think Clemson fans thought about that?
F them. I'm just kidding. No. He's always here to support me. When he was at Clemson, I wore a lot of Clemson gear. I cheered him on as much as I could. He loves me. I love him. And when he gets to come to a game, I gotta do a little bit better. So I thought I played pretty good for him. And he's always gonna be proud of me. He's always gonna support me wherever I am. The rivalry's still the rivalry, but he's going to support 9 just like I support him. So
he's pulling for you in a couple weeks?
Yeah. He might not want us to win, but he's definitely going to pull for me. So we'll see what happens. But when that time comes, me and him will talk about it a little bit. Hopefully I can get the last jab at him this year after we beat him. So we'll see. Appreciate y'all.